Hi all, good morning. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to your ICT class. This is video number 23 and we are starting new chapter data analysis. In our last class we have completed chapter 6 along the information pathways. In that chapter we have learned what is internet. It is a chain of interconnected computers all around the world and it saves many information. We can get that information in our computer if our computer has an internet connection. Then we have learned about various services provided by internet. That is, it provides news for reading, books for reading. Then we can search for information, pictures, videos, movies, then music. Then we can do online shopping, banking, etc. Then we have learned what is web page. Information in internet is displayed in the form of many pages known as web pages. Then we have learned that a collection of web pages is known as websites. Then in order to view these web pages and websites, we need the help of softwares known as web browsers. Then if we don't know the website address to search for, then we can make use of the facility that is known as search engine. Then we have learned how to collect information from internet and how to save the information in our computer. Then we have learned about internet dictionaries, which can be used for finding out meanings for the words. Then we have learned about Google Translate, which is used for translating words from one language to another. So these are the topics that we have learned in our last chapter. The learning objective for today's class is to learn about spreadsheet softwares. So in this chapter, data analysis, we are going to study about the software packages known as spreadsheet. In many situations, we may have to collect many data. Then we have to classify it, tabulate, analyze and compare the data. But it is very difficult task to classify, tabulate and analyze the data if the collection contains more than 100 data. So with the help of computer, we can do this task very easily. For that, we have spreadsheet software packages. Spreadsheet software is used for organizing, analyzing and storing the data in tabular form. And with the help of this spreadsheet softwares, it is possible to compare the data and to display the data in the form of graphs or any other diagrams. So that is spreadsheet softwares. It helps us to classify, tabulate, analyze, compare the data. Then some examples for spreadsheet softwares are GNumeric, Calligraph Sheets, Microsoft Excel, OpenOffice.org Calc, LibreOffice Calc, etc. So these are some examples for spreadsheet softwares. And in Ubuntu, we are learning LibreOffice Calc. So let's open LibreOffice Calc software. For that, go to Applications, then select Office, then from that select LibreOffice Calc. Okay, now LibreOffice Calc has been opened. Here we can see many rectangular boxes which is arranged in rows and columns. There are many rectangular boxes arranged in rows and columns. Each of these rectangular boxes, it is known as a cell. Okay, we can see many rectangular boxes arranged in rows and columns. These rectangular boxes known as cell. And the columns are named by alphabets A, B, C, D, etc. And the rows are named by the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, so this is column A, this is column B, this is column C, and so on. Likewise, this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, and so on. Okay, so there are many rectangular boxes. It is known as cells. It is arranged in many rows and columns. Rows are named by numbers and columns are named by alphabets. Okay, then each of these cell, it has an address that is known as cell address. So consider this cell. What is the cell address of this cell? It is B4. We can see the address here in this box. See, B4. That means it comes under the column B and row 4. So the cell address of a cell is the combination of the column name and row name. Okay. So this cell comes under column B and row 4. So the address of the cell will be B4 and we can see the address in this name box B4. Okay. Now let's check another cell. This one. Now what can be the cell address of this cell? The cell comes under column C and row 2. So the address of the cell will be C2. Okay, we can see the address in this name box C2. Okay, so when we open spreadsheet software, we can see many rectangular boxes. It is known as cells. It is arranged in rows and columns. Rows are named by numbers, columns are named by alphabets. Then each of the cell in the spreadsheet has its own address, that is known as cell address. And cell address is a combination of the column name and row name. For example, if a cell comes under column D and row 4, the address of the cell will be D4. Okay, and we can see the address of the cell here in the name box. Now let's move on to our first activity, that is how can we tabulate data. In our textbook, figure 7.1, a table is given. It is the data related to electricity bills of various students for 3 months, that is March, May and July. So we have to prepare this table in LibreOffice Calc. See, the first column is name of students. Then second column is the electricity bill for the month of March. Next column is for the month of May and the next column is for the month of July. Now if we consider this row, that is the student name is Vijay and Vijay's electricity bill for the month March is 480, for the month May is 530, for the month of July is 440. Okay, so we can prepare this table in LibreOffice Calc. So first click on the first cell, then we have to type name. Then in second column, March. Then in third column, May. Then the last column, July. Then now we can complete this table. Okay, now we have completed the table. So this is how we can prepare tables in LibreOffice Calc. Okay, we can see many cells here arranged in rows and columns. Just click one cell in order to select that cell. Then type whatever we want in that cell. Then in order to select another cell, we can move the mouse and click on that cell to select it. Either we can select the cell by using the mouse or we can select cells by using the arrow keys in our keyboard. Okay, now if I am clicking on the down arrow key in the keyboard, the cell just below the selected cell will be selected. See, now I am going to click on the down arrow key in the keyboard. See, if I click on the down arrow key, we can select the cell which is just below the current selected cell. Then we can use the left and right arrow key to select the cells in the left side or right side. Then up arrow key to select the cell above. See, so we can select the required cell either by using the mouse by just clicking on a cell, or we can use the arrow keys in the keyboard. Okay, now in your textbook some questions are given. With the help of the table that we have prepared, we have to answer these questions. Okay, first one is, which row records the bill of John's house? Okay, here which row has the record of John's bill? This one, fifth row. See, in fifth row we can see the name is John and bill for the month March is 460, May is 440 and July is 500. So John's bill is given in row number 5. The next question, which column records the bill for July? So here which column records the bill for July? Column D. See, in column D we can see the bills of different students for the month of July. Okay, so column D records the electricity bill for the month July. Now the next question is, Sharad's bill has been recorded in a particular cell. What is the cell address? Okay, in this, see, Sharad's bill is in row number 6 and his bill for the month March is in B6. That means this cell comes under column B and row 6. So Sharad's bill for March month is in the cell B6. Then his bill for the month of May is in cell C6. That is, this cell comes under the column C and row 6. Then Sharad's bill for the month July is in the cell D6. Okay, so Sharad's bill is recorded in the row 6. Then bill for the month March is in B6. May is C6. Then July is D6. Now the last question, what is recorded in cell marked B7? Okay, now let's find out what is in B7. B7 means this cell. See, this is B7. Column B and row 7. It contains the electricity bill of Hasina for the month of March. Okay, now we can save this table or this file prepared in LibreOffice Calc. How to save a file? Go to File menu, then select Save. A window will appear. Here we have to give a suitable name for the file. Let's give the name electricity bill. Okay. Then after giving the name, select the folder where we have to save this file. So I'm selecting Documents folder. After that, click on this Save button. Now this file is saved with the name electricity bill. Now let's summarize what we have learned in today's class. We have started the new chapter, Data Analysis. In this chapter, we are learning about spreadsheet softwares. Spreadsheet softwares help us for organizing, analyzing and storing data in tabular form. Also, it is possible to compare the data and display the data in the form of various diagrams, graphs, charts, etc. In Ubuntu, we are using the software known as LibreOffice Calc. Then when we open LibreOffice Calc, we can see many rectangular boxes arranged in rows and columns. Each of the boxes is known as a cell, and each cell has an address that is known as cell address. And cell address is the combination of column name and row name. And columns are named by alphabets, rows are named by numbers. So if a cell comes under column B and row 7, the address of that cell will be B7. Then we have done the first activity of this chapter, that is how can we tabulate data. A table is given in our textbook which contains the records of electricity bills of various students for the month of March, May and July. We have prepared that table in LibreOffice Calc. Okay, now we have a homework. There are 2 questions. First question is, what is spreadsheet software? Then second question is, name the spreadsheet software used in Ubuntu. So write the answers for these 2 questions in your notebook as your homework. So I hope all of you have understood the activities that we have done in this class. See you next class. Bye.